What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today we have Bitcoin seeing another nice little pump, pumping up to 92,700. So we're going to discuss what is causing this crypto rally. Plus, we also have the SPY really not doing much today, just mostly moving sideways. So are we going to see some sort of correction here in the stock market? We'll talk more about that. But I've got some stocks, commodities, and crypto I want to discuss today, including what is going on with the meme coins, including Doge. So if that sounds good to you, you know what to do. Be sure to hit the like button and be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. All right, guys, let's get into it. So, what's going on here in the stock market? Well, we just keep marching higher. It looks like there's the possibility that we may get some sort of little pullback here, possibly in the coming days, or maybe we just continue to move sideways, putting in what we call a pit, a pullback in time, just allowing the markets a little time to breathe. We've had our target here on the S&P of 6,000 or 600 on the SPY for the end of the year. It looks like that may need to be revised. There's a lot of banks out there now saying that we may go higher. I've seen 6,500, I've seen 6,800, I've seen 7,000 plus for the S&P during this bull cycle. So it looks like there still could be a ways to go. We've had a lot of bullish action in the markets, but we had this coming out. Dogecoin spikes after Trump announced the Department of Government Efficiency. So meme coins have been flying. We'll discuss that more later. But just wanted to point that out. Starting to see posts out there on X of Elon tweeting pictures of Doge. So that's interesting. Doge has really taken off. Another stock that's really taken off is MSTR, hitting 1 over 380 this morning. Coming back down a little bit right now. But yeah, this stock has really ran. Um, it's only been since last month that we were down here retesting the all-time highs right around that $190 level, and this thing has just really taken off. I would like to see maybe a little bit of a pullback here to retest some of these lower areas. We hit our first take profit zone right around that 300 to 310 range, but we blew right through that. And so I do think we may see some sort of pullback to retest this area. Well, we had this take profit zone set up here based off the formal trading range from the lower side to the upper side. So if we just take that measurement there and we move it up here, well, that gave us our targets. So that has been completed here in the last couple of days. You've also seen Tesla uh, really rocketing higher here the last few days, last couple days, just kind of moving sideways, maybe getting ready for a little pullback. I still think Tesla does go higher. Um, but yeah, this stock, whenever they run, they really run hard. And you see a lot of times when we get these runs, then we have these pullbacks either back to the 382 if the stock is bullish or the 618, known as the golden pocket. So yeah, a lot of investors and traders try to get in on those areas if we do see some sort of structure that indicates that the stocks may be moving to the upside. Another stock I've been keeping an eye on is Amazon. We had this inverse head and shoulders pattern that we talked about here. Um, and so basically that gives us a target here now of about 230 for Amazon. So Amazon's been looking really good here lately. One thing I would say is a lot of times when these stocks break their previous all-time highs, a lot of times they want to come back and test that area. Of course, depending on the size of the stock, that may take longer. whereas in crypto, that tends to happen relatively quickly. So we could still go higher for Amazon. And a lot of these crypto miners have been doing very well recently, including Bitdeer, ticker symbol BTDR, spiking up to over $13 this morning, retesting those all-time highs. And this looks interesting here because we do have this pennant formation uh, in play here. So we did hit our first take profit zone right around that $11 to $12 range. But nevertheless, if we do flip this area of resistance into support, then you can see these stocks run more. So that will be something we'll keep an eye on here. But a lot of these crypto stocks are really starting to take off. And you have this in from 𝗗𝗶𝘀𝗰𝗹𝗶𝗺𝗿 over on X. He says, IBIT has hit the $40 billion asset mark a mere 2 weeks after hitting 30 billion in a record 211 days, annihilating the previous record of 1,253 days held by IEMG. So you can see this chart here over on X that he posted, how quickly these ETFs are being bought up. We are seeing a lot of pressure, just like we saw with MSTR. A lot of these crypto related stocks now are acting like crypto, but almost on steroids, where they are moving even faster. They seem to move even in anticipation of the actual crypto rallies. So that is interesting. Of course, with these things, you've got a little bit different mindset with these investors, similar to what I was brought up and understood about investing and trading, where we mainly are in the stock market for longer terms, not just necessarily a few days or a few weeks. So these stocks or ETFs, rather, they tend to be they move very quickly, but they are a little bit less volatile. I've noticed whenever there are some pullbacks on the shorter term time frames. But nevertheless, this is looking very bullish for a lot of these crypto related ETFs. We have another one. This is ETHU. This is a 2x long ETH ETF. And this thing has launched here recently. So a lot of times when we start seeing the launches of these type of funds, we know we're getting towards the end of that cycle, which we suspect will top out potentially somewhere in 2025, possibly later, but I do suspect we are getting close to the end of this bull run. You know, we're probably about a third of the way there, but that's where you see all these small cap stocks and cryptos really rally. So this basically is a way to get exposure to Ethereum using an ETF with 2x leverage. And I've been talking about this one here for a few days now, since back down here on these lows when we noticed we were putting in this pennant formation. You can see when you break that pennant formation how explosive these things do move to the upside. We are looking for maybe potentially a bit of a pullback, but we're going to really use the Ethereum chart more for that because um, it has more data. So we'll keep an eye on that. And another stock that did well in 2021 was Square uh, or Block. So ticker symbol SQ right now sitting at 87.87. What I will mention is obviously this is the daily chart, but this goes back several years here. I wanted to show the bigger picture here on this stock because this is the type of patterns that we see when these markets bottom out. We get that final flush, and then We form some sort of trading range. Typically, we trade in that area, and then once we break out of that trading range, well, then we move to the next major area of resistance, which I do think will be up here. There is some resistance right in this area, right around maybe $100. But yeah, it looks like if we get above this area, we could go higher. We may see some pullbacks to retest and this area and see if that will act as some sort of support. Plus, you kind of have some sort of inverse head and shoulders pattern here for this stock. Been seeing this pattern play out a lot over the past month or so on a lot of these stocks, including crypto. Uh, and whenever you do get that type of move, well, you can take a measured move from uh, the head to the neckline, and that will give you your next target. Let's discuss what is going on in the metals market. Uh, so metals been a little bit weaker here the past few days, and just like we were mentioning that inverse head and shoulders pattern uh, for block, well, we had that similar pattern we've been talking about since earlier this year on this channel with silver. Silver has been in this sideways range for several years now, and so once we broke out of that area, you do see where we tend to come back down and retest that area. Of course, this is a bigger market cap uh, asset, so they tend to move a little bit slower, but nevertheless, they still have room for some potential gains here. We had that inverse little head and shoulders pattern playing out, and we do still have our price targets of around $37 on silver. But right now, just seeing a little pullback, so watching for some uh, change of trend back to the upside here. I do think silver does go much higher um, later this year into next year. So silver has been looking pretty strong uh, earlier this year, and I do think it continues to go higher overall. If you're interested in buying stocks, commodities, or crypto, you can do so with Robinhood. Robinhood allows you to begin building your portfolio starting with just as little as $1. They allow you to buy stocks, ETFs, uh, and options and trade commission free. When you sign up, you will receive a one share of a stock, and when you use the link down below in the description, you will receive an additional share. So feel free to use that link. I do appreciate it. Plus, they offer crypto such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, and many more. So yeah, check out those links if you are interested. And another thing I wanted to mention here on Robinhood, this news just came out this morning. Robinhood adds Solana, Pepe, Cardano, and XRP following the Trump victory. So this is that time whenever these exchanges start adding more products and services to their line to give their customers more exposure. So if you're interested in crypto, that is very interesting because even though they had some cryptos on there, some of these have been doing very well, such as Solana and Pepe. We've even seen uh, Cardano and XRP starting to take off here recently. But let's discuss what's going on with the Bitcoin dominance. The Bitcoin dominance spiking up once again to 61%. So we thought that this box may act as resistance. We have moved through that. There is the possibility we go higher here as Bitcoin continues to climb. But we know whenever we do see this dominance roll over, that's when these altcoins really start taking off. And we're looking to break back down below our rising wedge pattern here that we've had for the Bitcoin dominance. We haven't really seen that yet. We thought we're going to see it a little bit earlier this year, but it hasn't quite happened yet. Nevertheless, eventually this thing will roll over, and when it does, these altcoins are really going to take off, and I think that will be very soon here as we get closer to the end of the year and into the new year. We know Q1 is typically very strong for Ethereum. And Ethereum, this is the weekly chart. We're putting in this pendant formation here on Ethereum. So if we can get through this level and break through there and flip that into support, well, then I do think Ethereum is on its way to 4,000 and those all-time highs and even higher. Solana sitting at 219. So Solana's been very strong this year. And as you can see here, we finally broke through that $200 range. We had that highlighted in green because we had as a take profit potentially off some of these lower moves. But we blew right through that, come back down to retest it, and Solana has been looking very strong. So you're starting to see some of these higher risk, excuse me, assets uh, move, and whenever they start taking off, that's an indication overall that the markets are starting to move. We can also go back to the Bitcoin chart and discuss that. So what's going on here with Bitcoin? Need to clean up this chart maybe a little bit, maybe remove some of these lower boxes because I really don't think we are going back down to those levels. But yeah, anyway, we've been talking about this since we broke this downward sloping trend line. We said whenever that broke, we did think that would act as support. Came down, retested it, moved up, came back down, mentioned that this box right here acted as support. Really, I think probably a worst case scenario right now would be maybe some of those levels, but honestly, I don't even think it's likely. I really think there's a couple levels in here that are going to provide support, including this bigger level here, right around $75,000. So there's a possibility that we do see some sort of pullback, but honestly, the way this thing is moving, I just think this thing continues to grind higher into the end of the year. And whenever we zoom out a little more, we were in this upward sloping channel, so we broke out of that again, like we did last or back at the beginning of this year. In February, and so you can see here a lot of times whenever we do break this top side of this channel, we do sometimes start to see some sideways action, possibly come back down to retest that channel to see if that acts as support. Nevertheless, I think we're on the march to 100,000 here, and I think that is coming very soon. So yeah, in the meantime, if there is some sort of pullback, this channel here will potentially act as support as well, right around $85,000. So Elon has been on Twitter again, and he is posting the Department of Government Efficiency, as we mentioned earlier. And this has really sent a lot of these meme coins absolutely flying. Doge rocketing up to 40 cents. And when these meme coins move, they really do move. This really kind of surprised me. This is my first cycle where I've really paid attention to these markets um, every day. I've seen it before. I was more of a long-term investor and swing trader previously, but I have been trading. So, what I would say here is don't chase the pumps. If we do start to see some sort of pullbacks, then maybe you can get in. Maybe we do see a retracement down to 20, 25 cents. So I would keep an eye out for that. And another meme coin that has been very strong here recently is Bonk, setting at 4039, and also breaking out, retesting those all-time highs. So I do think a lot of these meme coins are getting ready to take off. Excuse me, guys. And once we break these previous all-time highs, then I think we'll really start to see these meme coins move. So Bonk has picked up some strength here recently. We were talking about this downward sloping trend and breaking out of that to retest it. Came back down one more time to test the bottom trend line, and then we got that spring up. So these meme coins have been really flying. Another one is Pepe, setting at 4 zeros 19. And so Pepe is breaking all-time highs. A lot of these meme coins are really starting to fly. And really part of that is also based on the news that they were listed on Robinhood as well. So these memes are really starting to fly. We know that there's been a few sectors strong here in crypto this cycle, including AI. We think gaming will be strong, and we also know that memes have been very strong. They were very strong earlier this year when we got that Bitcoin ETF news. And so these seem to be the new quote NFTs, so to speak, of this cycle where NFTs made crazy gains in 2021. Well, it definitely seems to be all about the memes this time. If you are interested in buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Doge, Bonk, WIF, or many more, you can do so with iTrust Capital. iTrust Capital allows you to buy, sell, and trade crypto, gold, and silver 24/7 in a tax advantage IRA. They have low cost and no monthly fee. And what I like about iTrust is they allow you to roll over a portion or all of your 401k or IRA with iTrust, and they are tax advantage IRA. So any gains that you'll be making will be deferred. So that is, in my opinion, something that's very important because a lot of these gains do get eaten up by capital gains taxes. So if you can defer those taxes until retirement, then um, you'll really save yourself a lot of money and allow you to grow your account much quicker. Plus, they have over 5,000 star reviews, 5-star reviews on Google, and they actually have people you can call and talk to when setting up your account. When you sign up, you receive an additional $100 when you use the link down in the description below. All right, guys, don't forget to go follow me over on X. I at Mind of Financier. I am Mind of the Financier on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, so you can follow me there as well. But over here on X, I post anything that I see that has to do with the markets, including stocks, commodities, and crypto. We are in that exciting time when Bitcoin and crypto start moving. So you'll see a lot of my content being more geared towards that right now. But really, I do plan to uh, trade several different asset classes, just depending on the opportunities that we see. So if that sounds good to you, be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. And take care out there, folks. Until next time, be legendary and peace out.